So far in 2025 we have tried all of the drivers you probably know. We've tried the Ping G440, we've tried the Callaway Elite driver, we've tried the TaylorMade QI35, and we've tried many more including Wilson, Zexio and also PXG. But there's one club that I haven't tested and we've never tested on the channel, but we are today. And today guys, we are testing out the Srixon LS ZXi driver. So a first for me on the channel. We have never tested a Srixon driver. I haven't tested one, mid-handicap Dave hasn't tested one. And this is full of technology, but there's one big thing that stands out for me with this driver, which you're probably all used to on this channel. And guys, if you are new to this YouTube channel, then welcome to the channel. If you want to hit that subscribe button and help us on that journey to 50,000, that will be great. And guys, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when we hit this driver, because a lot of you have commented on the current Tacoma driver I have in the bag. But also, comment below guys, how many of you have got Srixon, had Srixon? Because for me, it's one of those clubs, just like Wilson, you don't see it in many places. Every time I go to a golf club and they have the fitting carts out, they have all the clubs around the pro shop, it's not often one that I see, but I've heard good things about them. And with that launch, this is the LS version, 9 degree, but that's launched ridiculously high. A nice soft draw straight down the middle of the fairway here. A tough driving hole here at Woolley Park, as you'll see by the flyover. A par 5 round the corner, and you've really got to get it down there to have a chance of being able to hit this green in 2, or even just see around the corner to play your second shot. But what did we notice there? So one big thing that people have commented regarding the Tacoma Ignis D1 driver is that it sounds horrendous. It sounds like a cowbell. Again, we have a titanium crown here, we have a titanium driver. We know with a lot of the other drivers they have carbon in them, and that has basically changed the total sound of what we expect from a driver. We expect that duller sound, we don't expect that old-fashioned Ping sound, and Ping have always had the reputation for being a loud, tinny driver. For me there, that sounds totally different to the other drivers we've tested so far this year. However, if we get down there, and I'm sure they will potentially be within a yard of each other, exactly the same ball flight, exactly the same sound, and the same performance. And after all, isn't that what you want from a driver? Could you get used to this sound? That's the big question. For me, I'm used to my current driver, I'm used to the sound. If anything, the interesting thing is I was with James Robinson when he did the review of this driver a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even a month ago now, and I had the Tacoma driver, and the Tacoma driver sounded a lot quieter than this driver. So very interesting. Is that something that you even think about when you're purchasing your driver? Can we make it 3 for 3? We certainly can. That one stayed dead straight. Wasn't my best swing, I certainly felt that, but that is an identical ball flight, the same height, same trajectory. It looks to have very little spin, and those should all be very close to each other. So we haven't had much movement, we've had great flight, great performance by the looks of it, but we all know about that sound. So for me guys, they're very interesting obviously regarding the sound, because we know carbon has been the big talk for the last probably 4 or 5 years now, but how long is that going to last? Have we got to the limits of carbon? Are they going to go back towards these titanium style drivers? Is there a little bit more they can gain? And with this driver, we do have movable weights as you'd expect from an LS driver, so we can start to reduce spin, we can add spin depending on what ball flight you want. And right there, we got a high trajectory, and that was set on the standard setting, so the highest spin setting, not the low bullet setting. And again, we're playing here in the winter, we're still optimizing that carry, but in the summer you might get a little bit more rollout if you switch those weights around. Again, we do have a new adjustable sleeve here, so we know big talks was with the Cobra Adapt driver this year, that 33 different options there, but here we do have a changeable sleeve where we can go up 1.5 degrees and we can go down. We can also obviously alter that lie angle, so things that you expect from other drivers that just come as parcel now. You know you're going to get a little bit of adjustability. How much you're going to get all depends on the different companies, but how much would you really want? But let's look at this. So again, front to back dispersion, we've got around about 4 yards in between these two drives that had the slight draw, and you'll see the one that didn't actually turn is right up there in line with this drive right here. So consistency, 3 of the best drives I've hit with a driver first off the bat. So again, for me, I am used to this sound, so I don't mind that. Let's see some numbers before we jump back here to Woolley and have one last discussion. So 3 for 3 outside in the fairway, but what will the numbers say here? And can I keep it in the fairway? So straight away there, a high launch like we saw outside, spinning 3,400, so that will be down just the right hand side there. Straight away 272, 260 carry, so a spinny one there, still getting out to 275, which I'd be more than happy with. Again, a high launch. Now again, just down the left hand side of the fairway as such, but a much better strike, 277 going just under 300, down in the 2,200s, which is exactly what I'd expect from an LS driver, but we do have the weight setting where we do have it to actually have a little bit more spin, so we have it in the standard setting. We haven't gone for the ultra long ball setting. Again, a little bit high on the spin there, wasn't the best strike, so let's see what that carries. Again, 257 going to 270, so those bad strikes are losing 20 yards, but from how poor those strikes are for an LS driver, I think that's performing exceptionally well. We'll go 2 more here. I couldn't hit that any better, so that is straight out of the middle. Let's see what that can do. 285 carry and just under 310. 1,800 spin, and that for me is the best tee shot or the best drive I've hit inside testing all the drivers. So straight away there for me, like I said outside, it's performing well. I hit the fairways inside here. Again, I'd be just on the edge of the fairways or that one straight down the middle, but the longest. So the longest with that titanium crown. So has carbon got to its limit? Has it reached? Has it peaked? I'm not so sure, but this certainly is right up there with my favourite driver of the year. And another one. Let's see what that carries. A bit higher on the face, 280 and over 300 yards down the middle. Guys, a driver that's performed well on the first tee shot at Woolley. It's performed well in here. Let's get back outside now and see how versatile it is. So again, fantastic numbers, not only for distance there, but also dispersion. But one pet hate with the latest drivers is those tee marks are extremely hard to get off the face. But technology there, we know with that thinner face, we know with the variable thickness face, the more points that they've got, we're getting that little bit more ball speed. We know from the rebound frame we are getting obviously a lot more stability in this driver. So for an LS, for me, the big talking point this year, were they going too far and too hard to hit? I would say, and I'll put this out there, this is probably the best looking down behind the golf ball and the easiest to hit, and it's ticking a lot of boxes. But we're now into the breeze on the 17th hole here at Woolley Park. So stroke index 5, we've got a hazard on the left, and this is where, can I get this ball knocked down a little bit? If I want to try and play one down with this, instead of sending it high straight into that breeze, can I? And the answer, you probably heard me laugh there, the answer is yes. That was incredibly easy to launch low. It was a toe strike, so that'll be interesting there to see how far that toe strike's done, how that's gone. Obviously this fairway, again, just like all the fairways out here, pretty dry here at Woolley Park for the time of the year. Obviously we're just going into March, this video will be out in March, and we still seem to be getting a good distance, which is exactly what we want. Now let's say if I go for that higher shot, let me just play a standard shot, a standard golf swing on this. Am I still going to get this out there? Is it going to battle through that breeze we're facing here today. A nice draw again up there. You can see the height, double the height if not triple. Has just, by the looks of it, got past that hazard. Again, just into the rough. So again, performing well. Very easy to flight it higher, flight it lower. So far, for me, this is right up there with the best driver. I don't have to think about the sound. I'm happy with the sound if it performs like it has. But have you tried the latest Srixon? And guys, as we walk up here, we do see that Srixon we hit on the left. The standard shot there, a little bit higher into this breeze, has done exceptionally well, because that is the lower shot we played off the tee. But front to back there, there might be a yard in it. Seriously, impressive driver. For me there, if we're being honest, that's probably the best ever first test of a driver brand that I have done. So Srixon, never a driver I've tested, tried, or even had hold of in all the years that I've been playing golf. But there, for me, that has performed exceptionally well. Probably the best driver I've tested so far this year. We will start to compare it against other drivers that I've thoroughly enjoyed. But an LS driver, so again, I've been going towards standard drivers, also titanium, different sound, different feel, different performance, so certainly one for you to consider. I'm looking forward to testing the rest of the range with mid-handicap Dave. Get in those comments below if you're looking forward to seeing that as well. And guys, thank you very much for being a subscriber. If you're not, hit that subscribe button and we'll see you soon.